Israel claims it has eliminated Iran's top security figure, escalating tensions toward a wider regional war. Explosions are rocking cities across the region as missile strikes, naval attacks, and rising global pressure push the Middle East closer to the brink. Israel has announced that Iran's senior leader Ali Larijani and Basij Force commander Gholam Reza Soleimani were killed in an airstrike. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Larijani had been eliminated, suggesting his death could trigger internal unrest within Iran. Israeli defense officials say operations targeting Iranian leadership will continue. According to Israeli reports, the strike occurred while Larijani was in a secure apartment with his son. He was last seen publicly on March 13th in Tehran during a Yom al-Quds rally. In the aftermath, Iranian social media accounts shared a handwritten message honoring fallen naval personnel, stating that their sacrifices would strengthen the nation and that Iran would defend its sovereignty at any cost. Meanwhile, divisions are emerging in the United States. A senior counterterrorism official, Joseph Katmustafi, has reportedly distanced himself from the position of the U.S. president, stating in a letter that Iran did not pose an immediate threat to the U.S. He accused both American media and Israeli officials of spreading misleading information and warned that the war serves no benefit to the American public. He urged a reassessment of U.S. strategy, cautioning that continuing on the current path could lead to instability. Iran's supreme leader has rejected mediation proposals, signaling a hardline stance. Senior officials say this is not a moment for peace, but for resistance. Iran has demanded that the United States and Israel be held accountable for damages, emphasizing a firm position on retaliation. On the ground, the conflict is intensifying. Continuous explosions have been reported in Tehran, with Israeli forces claiming a major strike on Iran's command and control systems. Attacks have also been reported in multiple cities, including Hamadan, Shiraz, and Isfahan. In one incident in Arak, 4 members of a single family, including an infant and a toddler, were killed. Reports indicate that more than 200 civilians have been targeted, while tens of thousands of buildings and medical facilities have been damaged. The conflict has also spread to Lebanon, where Israeli air and ground strikes have hit Beirut and southern regions. Casualties continue to rise, with hundreds killed and thousands injured. Hezbollah claims it has launched retaliatory rocket attacks against Israeli forces. Iran and its allied groups say they have responded with missile and drone strikes targeting Israeli and U.S. assets. Explosions have been reported in key Israeli cities, while regional tensions continue to escalate. In Iraq, attacks near the U.S. embassy in Baghdad have caused fires and clashes between U.S. forces and Iran-backed groups. Across the Gulf region, missile debris has reportedly caused fires and damage in multiple locations, including industrial areas. Several countries, including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, say they have intercepted incoming threats. The humanitarian impact is becoming increasingly severe. The World Food Program has warned that up to 40 million people could face extreme hunger due to rising food, oil, and shipping costs linked to the conflict. The U.S. president has stated that he does not want war, but warned that if Iran acquires nuclear weapons, it could quickly launch attacks across the region. When asked about the timeline for the conflict, he said it remains unclear when it might end. International divisions are also growing. Poland has refused to participate in the conflict, while European Union officials say most member states are reluctant to expand military involvement. Calls for a diplomatic solution are increasing, with leaders urging an immediate end to hostilities. Iran's foreign minister has stated that the situation in the Strait of Hormuz cannot be separated from what he described as an imposed war by the United States and Israel. He called on the international community to condemn the aggression. Global maritime authorities have also issued warnings, stating that security in the Strait of Hormuz cannot be fully guaranteed. They caution that military action is not a long-term solution and that risks to global shipping remain high. As the situation continues to escalate, the world watches closely, with fears growing that the conflict could expand far beyond the region.